Welcome guys. My video world is full of different games of different genres. Games that can each be very enjoyable for gamers and those who follow the game world vigorously. But what is the middle of the task of those who are not very professional in this field and just want to get to know this world or are going to get to know the industry and start to know it? We have to tell them that because you haven't been with games since childhood, you don't have the right to hold controller and it's too late and this art is only for professionals. Absolutely not. In the world of games, there are titles that in many ways can entertain non-gamers well or pave the way for them to enter and become interested in the eighth art, but what are the characteristics of these games? For example, why can't we offer God of War or Dark Souls to such people? Games that are suitable for these people should have a relatively easy degree of difficulty, while not playing superficial and meaningless. So it's hard to find a game that's easy and a little bit more quality than other games so that it can make these people interested in themselves. In this video, we are going to introduce you a few of these games. Games that are suitable for non-gamers, whether in terms of fun or interest in pursuing more games in them. Stay with us. Rocket League. You might say this game is hard and not suitable for a person who is not a professional gamer. You're wrong. This beautiful game is one of those titles that can practice a non-gamer and become a professional gamer in the field of sports titles. The gameplay of this game, and in general the games that are easy to learn, hard to master, are the best choice for professionalism step by step for non-gamers. This game categorically understands to a person outside the game world that winning games, when there is a healthy competition, with nothing but skill and practice, and when a person becomes a professional in a sports game, especially online, it is never a coincidence and has reached this level of skill only with a lot of repetition and practice. If you have a non-gamer around you, be sure to play this game with him. Animal Crossing. New Horizons. The yen is one of the games that probably doesn't help a non-gamer start or continue on the career path, but it's a very convenient option for him. Why? It's very simple. Because it's both fun, it displays art in the industry. The art of portraying life in the simplest yet most perfect way possible. You don't tolerate any pressure in the game and you have almost no stress. There is no timer to do a stage, you don't have to do anything special, nor do you see anything called losing and dying in the game. You have to make money, spend money, go to work, fish, eat, party and briefly do anything in real life. Of course, there are ways to make it hard to play in multiplayer modes, but the same huge variety of games makes it a lot of fun and engaging, even for someone who isn't a gamer. Child of Light. Unless one can make a video in which the name of a title is not mentioned in the great Ubisoft games, a company that has been straying from its original course for some time, but whose greatness has not diminished anyway. Child of Light is a title in the turn-based role-playing style of the RPG, which is one of the most hardy games of Ubisoft. The game is playable in 2 singles and doubles modes, with a 2-player mode that suits non-grammar people very well. In 2-person mode, one takes control of the main character of the game and one controls Igniculus, the spirit accompanying the main character. The protagonist of the game, called Aura, must manage the struggles more and the Igniclos riddles. But the story goes a little further, and Igniclos really plays an important role in the game. He plays a leading role in riddles, and without him it is not possible to solve riddles, and in struggles, he confuses their enemies by coming over their heads so that they cannot properly inflict blows. By handing control of the Igniculus into the hands of a non-gamer, in addition to familiarizing him with the beautiful style of role-playing in turns and realizing the mechanisms of this style, he can play a very important role while simplicity in the game and enjoy the most important things about his role in this beautiful game. Be sure to experience this game with a non-gamer. Super Mario Party. Nintendo games are literally fun. Most of these games require skill to finish or enjoy, but Super Mario Party is an exception. The game is like a virtual board game with lots of mini-games that give it a lot of variety. The chance factor is very important in marking victories and this has been an important point in choosing it for a game suitable for non-gamers. However skillful you are, there is a chance in this game that it has the first and last word. The goal of players in this game, which has a mechanism such as Crash Bash, is to obtain 5 diamonds from 5 different games that ultimately cause you to win or lose in the main game. Most mini-games are done with a simple button or multiple directions, and it's not hard for non-gamers at all. This game is one of the best options for non-grammar people. Supermassive games are so cinematic that they can be played in a huddle and the rest just enjoy seeing a movie. The studio's games often include a lot of buttoning, which is the main body of gameplay, and despite the important sightseeing in some ways, one can only follow the main route and not get too involved in detail. The beautiful story, great graphics and sound and very good music of these titles attracts everyone, including gamers and non-gamers. Until Dawn is merely a single-player experience that a non-gamer can also enjoy with a bit of speed and non-complex buttoning. Dark Pictures, which also has a multiplayer mode where each person takes control of a person from the game and advances the story together. You can easily offer these titles to a non-gamer person and enjoy their beautiful story together. Hidden Agenda is another title of this studio that goes beyond simplicity, and you can experience it even with a mobile phone and without categories on your console. The $20 game attracted a lot of attention at the time of launch. A beautiful police story is to take over a serial killer whose gamers can advance this movie-like game by making their own choices. There is also a competitive mode where you don't see the choices of other players, and in the end it turns out who made the right decision and reached the right killer. Overcooked 2. It's a multiplayer masterpiece that doesn't need to be defined anymore. A game that you can even experience with your parents and laugh with them a lot and have fun. Believe me, this game brings even the most ardent opponents of the game to its knees, and it has even been seen that the same people have laughed at the same game so much that they have asked the bidder to suggest a few games of the same model and with the same style to entertain, and finally have been extremely busy experiencing different games. The game Overcooked 2 gets a little hard in its final stages, but from the beginning it slowly teaches you the basics of how to be a quick cook. Be sure that during this process, your non-gamer partner will become a professional in the game, even more than you. In this game, you can play with your non-gamer partner in a variety of ways. For example, you can do the cooking yourself and ask the second person to just wash the dishes and deliver the food. When the second person progresses a little, tell them to chop the food and throw it at you, eventually splitting things up in both cooking and delivering. The division of labor in this game has the first and last letter. The game also benefits from the ability to play online, and if your non-gamer partner is not near you, you will have no problems and you can play with him. There is also this game in Game Pass. Destiny 2. If the non-gamer you want to introduce to the game likes shooter titles, you can also recommend the free Destiny 2 game. In addition to the not-so-complex gameplay mechanism, the game also provides good facilities for the convenience of novices. The new light version of the game provides good facilities for non-gamers and novices, and players in this mode progress faster and with less grade, reaching a certain level of power and level. Also, being free to play and cross-CO games make it easier for everyone to experience. It should be noted that if you download the free version of the game now, you will have access to all the content of the first year of the game. Journey. Playing Journey or Travel is really a beautiful trip. The game depicts a kind of spiritual journey that is like a journey to the depths of art in the world of games. This game is neither supposed to make a non-gamer so important, nor is it as fun and time-filling as other games on the list. By portraying pure art in the industry, this game can be a big step to get a person outside the game world interested in the industry and plant this seed of thinking in him how much prettier, more meaningful and wider the game world is than I thought, and it's not just about killing a few enemies. Journey is now available for PC, PS4 and PS3, and you can experience this feat by consuming a small volume of your internet traffic and recommend it to your friends, whether they're gamers or not. We've reached the end of video games suitable for people who aren't gamers, and I hope you've been happy with it. It was tried to emphasize more on the quality of the games on the list, so that I want to list the names of 50 games without any explanation or background. You can also tell us what titles are suitable for people who are not gamers to both have fun and are interested in this field.